Alright, so this is going to be, I think, a fun video. I don't know if anybody's ever done this before, but we're going to do a hangar tour. We're going to see what planes I have accumulated over the course of my Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 adventure, as it's now coming to a close with the introduction of the new sim. So, first off, we got the A310. I believe any builds. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a classic. It's free. So, I'm not going to do this sort of shot for each one, because that would take forever. But I'll tell you which ones I'm happy I got, which ones I regret spending money on, etc. But as far as free planes go, the whole first row is free here. This V2 Airbus, I've never touched it until about 3 hours ago. This is my new favorite Airbus. This thing is absolutely impeccable. The cabin is superb when it loads. There we go. Dude, the cabin, you can't really tell by the lighting, but the texture on this cabin, like, look at that. It's Phoenix level modeling. It's absolute, and I work as a ramper, and I go up in these Airbuses every single day to clean, close it out for the night. I've never seen a better modeled interior. Granted, I don't have the Phoenix, but anyway, back to the tour. I just wanted to talk about that. I'm going to do another video on this guy soon. Headwind, free. It's a great plane. Love it. Stock, I don't really mess with. I never care for the King Air. Never liked it. It's kind of pretty, but blah. We got our black square Bonanzas. Is this worth the $30? I think so. This is so wonderfully modeled. Just got a new update. I did a video on that. Absolutely phenomenal job here. Carenado V-tail Bonanza. You're buying it just because of how pretty it is, inside and out. I think obviously it's Carenado. They did a wonderful job modeling the exterior along with the interior. But I mean, a V-tail Bonanza is timeless. It is so beautiful, it's insane. They did such a good job. And the panel looks great too. I have a mod installed. I can't remember what color. It usually is stock, but absolutely wonderful. You can't complain. Now, if they had a V-tail with the tip tanks, you wouldn't see me for months. Anyway, Salty 747. The worst experience I've ever had in an airplane, virtually. I just flew this the other day for the first time in like months, and I had the autopilot on, and it was banking like 25 degrees the whole time the autopilot was on. I couldn't figure out why. It was following my track kind of as best it could in a 25-degree bank, but absolutely horrendous. The Asobo is so much better, and it looks better, like modeling wise on the inside. PMDG, it's the only one I have because I'm not a billionaire, and it's the cheapest one. Did a video on that. It's 35 bucks. Love this plane. Absolutely love that plane. Totally, I think it should be worth more. 40 bucks at least. But that brings us to the CRJs. And I think this is some weird mod I got. I don't know what's going on with those. Maybe Headwind had something to do with these. I don't touch them. But the CRJs, I spent $50 on these. Don't tell anybody in real life because that's embarrassing. And they're super beautiful externally. Like, I'll just show you. The prettiest plane that's ever been made in real life, if you ask me, is the Bombardier CRJ. You cannot tell me otherwise. That is the meanest, funkiest, coolest looking little jet. And I see them every day at work. I think they're so pretty. So the exterior model's 10 out of 10. But the interior, you can't really tell right now. But let's just take a trip backwards. And I already did a video on this too. Look at this disgusting garbage. I'm not going to spend too much time yapping about this, but what a this is a prank on me. Pranked, haha, you spent 50 real dollars on a piece of shoot cabin, which is absolutely, just think, this costs the same amount of money as the Phoenix A320. The same amount of money as the Phoenix A320. I don't know why my engine's spinning, but anyway, I'll go off forever on that. But am I glad about it? Yeah, kind of. I like that I have it. I wish I would have got it on sale. It actually went on sale days after I bought it. Anyway, 182, I can't stand anymore. Cool plane, looks great, but dude, I don't know if I'm doing something wrong or this is just the way they are in real life, but sorry, I have my settings set up to be for first officer and the airliner stuff. Anyway, look at the dumb window placement. Like, this is where your head would be. Obviously, you'd be more over to the left, but when you look over, you can't see out, and that pisses me off. So I never fly this, but I did for several months when I first got it. Again, sorry for the camera being in the middle there. But would I recommend it? Yeah, if you can get over the window thing, but that really grinds my gears. It's modeled beautifully, and it's so cool to see a Cessna with the gear up. Like, that's a totally different vibe than a normal set. It just makes it, the high wing look so mean. I'm talking myself back into the 182. I gotta fly it. But beautiful. Definitely recommend it. Same with the Mooney. Fantastic. Fun time. This is the free tail dragger 152 or 150, whatever it is. I never fly tail draggers. I'm terrible at it. But it's a good plane. They have a we'll get to that. 208 stock classic, love it. CJ4, one of my favorite planes in the sim. Absolutely great. This is some terrible garbage FSX port. I don't know why I still have it here, but I do. 206, it's another free plane on TO. It's fine. I think it just looks a little out of place and unfinished. But it's free, so it's very cool. Now these free puppies here, I did a video on, my most popular video actually. It's almost at 2,000 views, which is a lot for me. Reams Rocket 172. This is, I don't have the fancy flight sim, that cost a bunch of money. I just have the, Xbox Game Pass version, or PC Game Pass. But, again, sorry I'm all messed up, but a Steam Gauge 172 for free, Microsoft Flight Sim. That's too cool. And I already did a video on it, you're gonna have to go watch it. 1000% recommend that. That's an awesome plane. It's got more horsepower than a normal 172 as well. Moving on. What do we got? That's that float plane I was telling you, the tail dragger. I fly the float plane somewhat often. I really like it. I never really fly the stock planes. This one's cool though. I'll stock again. I'm never gonna fly that. What am I, the Wright brothers? No, thank you. I just started messing around with the gliders. Absolutely phenomenal. I don't know how to do it yet, but it's fun. TBM, great plane. Obviously, these are all stock. I shouldn't even talk about the stock plane. You know what's up with those. My Embraer collection. Let me get started on. I have all of them from Flight Sim Studios at least. 170, 175 are my favorite. They hand fly so great. Tiny little regional jets. Love them. Beautiful. Mwah. Icing on the cake. 190 freighter. 190, standard cabin, and then the 95 standard freighter. Fantastic. Really cool planes, but these little ones are just so much more fun to fly. Vision Jet, I bought this knowing it was going to be in 24, but I bought this probably 6 or 7 months ago, and I got my money's worth out of it. I love it. I'm glad I have it. Flight FX, absolutely fantastic. Old school guys, good guys. This was my main A320, the fly-by-wire, until moments ago, really. After flying the AnyBuilds A320, I love it. This is terrible compared to that. Just kidding, it's fine, but it's not as good. Learjet. Sorry, I burped. This one's good. I like it. It's modeled really well. I just find that it's not the most fun thing to hand fly. It hand flies like the CRJ hand flies. It just feels like the nose is pitched up when you're, fully configured for landing. You just feel really kind of pitched up, and it just kind of slaps itself on the runway. Does that make sense? Like, it's just kind of falling in a weird... It's like it's falling. I don't know how to describe it. The CJ has this sort of snap to it. This, like, you're in control of that plane. You tell it what the heck to do. Like, this and the CRJs just kind of have this lanky, long, awkward feel to them, which I'm sure is realistic. So I love flying them, and I think the Learjet is absolutely stunning. I will say I really dislike the way that they made their liveries, where they have 3 per each one, like for the 530, the 750 or 730, whatever. Like, I just make it an option inside the plane on the tablet. Don't put 3 liveries. Make them different planes per what the avionics are inside of them. But anyway, it's small gripe. But absolutely one of the best looking business jets in the world. Big fat tip tanks. Super cool old school vibe. Love this jet. So don't think I don't like it. I absolutely like it. And I certainly would recommend it. It's definitely a really cool plane. It's $40 too, which is pretty good for something this well modeled. These are the Horizon. I have the Latin VFR 319, and Horizon makes a mod on FlightSim.to that just swaps out the cockpit for the fly-by-wire, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a weird sort of Frankenstein plane, but it's a great little 319. I like it. The only thing that you need to make note of is you lose the cabin of the Latin VFR when you swap it for this mod. Yada yada. It's fine. I don't have an opinion on it. What else do we got here? The Just Flights. Now these things are so expensive, and I paid $25 for both of these. Whereas retail, I think they're like $45 each, which is astronomical. So I would never pay that for these, even though they're wonderfully modeled, both in like the circuit breakers, the plane itself, and also like the flight profiles of them. The physics, they're great. They're definitely, I couldn't recommend them for $45. I think that's wild, but if you get them on sale, wonderful. Or if you're just a big Piper fan, I don't know, pay whatever you feel is necessary. JP Logistics, free Cessna 152. It's the only 152 I fly. This is a dumb FS export that looks like dog S-word. Let's take a look at this thing. I looked at it once and went, gross. Look at this gross stuff. That's just, I don't know. It's got to be extremely difficult to port those over, because I don't know. I guess if you were gonna make them look good, you would just start from scratch, which I wish somebody would do, man. A Piaggio that's like well modeled would be the coolest thing in the world. I watch Fly with Owen, and he flies Piaggio a lot, and it makes me think they're so cool. But look at that. That's something else. It's a good bit. I think it actually has a CJ cockpit when you get inside it, yeah. But it's just got the CJ cabin too. But on the outside it looks terrible. That one's good for a laugh, I should say. Did I miss anything? No. The cast simulations, J3, absolutely fantastic. The best, coolest cub that the game will ever have. Let me just catch it in the light right here. You can just see how well they did the modeling. Like you can see the ribs and the wing. The prop. Oh, this is one of the coolest little prop, planes. They're the best cub by far in any sim, I'm sure. Very cool. You can take the cowling off. You can fly without the cowling. Like, change the color of the dials. Lots of cool stuff. 10 out of 10 would recommend this, and I think it's like $17, which is crazy. Very cool. Look at the tires, little covers. You can customize those too. Very cool. Comes with, you know, normal floats and then the sort of big fat bush tires. Seminole, I've done a video on. Great plane. I love it. I got it on sale for like 12 bucks. I probably wouldn't. Well, I don't know. It's so pretty. Like they modeled this like 8K. It feels like. This is a wonderful plane, actually. Very pretty. Like just look, like a little dense, not dense, but the warbliness of actual shaped metal, like the rivets. Like, oh, it's wonderful. It's the first time seeing it ever since I switched to my 4K setup I got going now, and it's spectacular. I gotta fly that again. 10 out of 10. As far as looks go, I'm sure it's modeled normal. It's a Coronado, so it's not gonna be crazy. What else do we got? I don't know what these are, dude. I downloaded like light mods, and I don't even think these are like different. They're just weird. New, it's showing up as new planes that says halogen lights down at the bottom. I haven't touched them. I'm not going to. This is the Horizon Sequoia Superjet. Oh, I did a video on this one. It's a fun jet. It's stupid and weird, but I love it. It's got the fly-by-wire cockpit with a different sort of color scheme to it. But it's fun, man. I like weird stuff. This thing's a good time, you know? It's just odd. It's got weird... I think it's a Russian jet. It's got weird different liveries and stuff like that for it. But it's fun. Fly it like an Airbus because it's got the Airbus cockpit. Good time. Something new. Funky windows. I like that. What else do we got? Just stock Asobo stuff. It's a TO plane. It's fine. I got it because it was free. I never touch it. I never fly the Beavers. I need to. I always forget about them. They're so far down here. This is stupid, and it should not be in the sim. I did the Wright brothers fly thing one time. It's boring. It's stupid. You go like 200 feet. Who gives a shit? But they created aviation. I don't care. I do, I guess, but I don't. Same thing with the halogen. I don't know what's going on. That's a dumb Russian jet on TO. It's stupid. Same with this. It's dumb. I never fly it. And that's my hangar tour. So, yeah. I hope you enjoyed looking at the planes I got and hearing my my 2 cents about them. But yeah, I don't see anybody talking about. Well, I guess, you know, they do videos on planes, but they don't like show their collection. So I thought I'd do that. Yeah. Thanks for watching.